Your name though is Destiny.
Stephen.
Well, but online you call
Online
yourself
is Destiny, yeah.
Right, which bespeaks of destiny.
I think Yair Golan, I think Ben Ami, but every single person we spoke to this trip used Israel's Destiny like 5 times.
I wasn't going to ask you. No, I was going to ask you what you think is, the Torah tells us not to try to overly guess the future. But how do you see it? How do you see, first thing, just, this is really not my department, but just to get a sense from you, what's the health of the United States of America?
We just went in for an MRI, and we're going to find out in a few months what the results are. They're either going to be terminal cancer all over the body, and we're going to be on the way to dying, or we had a small tumor that is easily operable, and we're going to remove it, and everything's going to be okay-ish going forward. We'll find out after our next presidential elections what the results were, I guess.
And you're a Biden person.
I am a big Biden supporter. So half the people hearing that are agreeing with me
like,
are on the other side. Yeah, they're like, I agree, Destiny, 100%. And then I say Biden, they're like, wait, what? Yeah, so,
Okay. In my opinion, I love the United States. I think it's a great country, but I want Israeli independence. Like, I have no problem with America being successful and good, but I want more Israeli independence. I don't want Israeli dependency. I actually don't want I don't want America to give any aid to Israel. If they want to have joint defense, fund for joint defense operations and development, okay, but I don't want any aid. I want to see Israel as an independent, strong country making decisions. I also want to see Israel diversify its purchases, not just from America, but from the rest of the world, and also make its own armaments and other things. I want to see Israel stand a little bit more alone. I think it's time. So I don't mind the U.S.-Israel relationship, but as long as it's not overbearing and become paternalistic. Thoughts?
I understand that. I think that Israel, for a long time, from the first days of the country, saw that Western help was important to have Western support, because it's easy to imagine if I go to fight one other guy, and that guy has a friend, and then I've got a friend, and I tell my friend, actually, you know what, I think I can take that guy, I don't need you. And then my friend's like, okay. And then all of a sudden, all 3 of them are over there. I think that's always the fear. It's not that Israel can't handle itself against a couple other enemies, or even a sea of enemies. It's that Israel can't handle itself against a sea of enemies that have the backing of even further enemies. And I think, does Israel need the United States to survive against Hamas or what Iran might do? Maybe not. But do they need the United States for help against what in Iran, backed by China and Russia and other foreign enemies, could bring to the table? Maybe. I think it's good to have friends in the world, but I'm a big NATO guy, so yeah.
No, it's good to have friends,
yeah.
But just not dependency.
Sure.
Just not dependency. Some people, by the way, posit that part of America's interest is to keep all the parties around here weak, in order to continue to be the big player, in order to keep supplying everybody with arms, in order to be the influencer, but not to let Israel become too big, or anybody else.
I mean, there's truth to that, right? That's the idea behind the reduction of nuclear proliferation, right? Is the idea that, like, we don't want as many people to have nuclear weapons, we just want to keep it in the hands of a few people, that a multipolar world or a unipolar thing is better than like a multipolar where everybody has nuclear weapons and everybody's like super strong. So there is like some aspect of truth to that, yeah.
Okay.